then maybe I should tell people that they must come and try the nadi here. Yani you must. You can't be a Suraya living overseas for I don't know how many years. Just come try it, bro. My name is Rabel Kaka. I am a Suraya who was born in Ankawa, but in 2014 we left Australia because of ISIS, and was meant to be an immigration for life, as in we would go and live there for the rest of our lives. But when we got there, we had some problems, let's say, fitting in with the society, some differences between cultures and everything. It was good. Australia was very nice, good country, good education, healthcare, everything was perfect. But at the end of the day, you still didn't feel like you belonged there, and you had another place that you called home. So we lived there for 7 years. During that time, we couldn't come back for a visit because we had applied for an immigration. So we could only come back after we received the citizenship and the Australian passport. So we came back in December 2020. It was meant to be a 3 months trip only, and then I would return back to Australia in February 2021 to continue my studies at the university. But when we got back here, I personally really enjoyed it. Felt like I'm back to who I was, the old Rabel, back to Ankawa, friends, family, home. You feel like everyone you see around you, even if they're not Suraya, they look like you, or it just felt nice. And then in 2021, Australia went into a lockdown again because of COVID. So basically I spent 2 years here, living here and studying online from Australia. Then after some point, I was like, I can't go back anymore. It just felt hard to leave everything I have here and go back. So I made the decision to live here. I wouldn't say I'm Australian by heart or by nature or by thoughts or things. Like, I'm Australian by the experience I lived there and the fact that I have some memories there and got the citizenship at the end. But if you boil it down, it's Iraqi who's Suraya. That's what I would like to identify myself as. I wouldn't identify as a tree like they would do in the West. Look how beautiful this is.
So green, yeah. I saw that you like plants.
Yeah, we love plants. لا بس ما خلقت زرتها. So what makes me feel like I'm home here in Ankawa is mainly the people. The family, the friends. That's the core part of it. So, but adding to that is also the fact that you're living in a place that everyone has the same values and principles as you do. You have a common mindset of defining what's wrong and what's right. Shared cultures. Okay, here's a fun fact about living here. It's the hospitality you'll see here, you'll probably be amazed by. For example, you'd go to a restaurant, you'd sit down. Before you order anything, he's gonna give you 10 different dishes of food. That's like as a hospitality for you coming in, and it's for free. After that, you're gonna order whatever you want, and it's not recorded. It's like you're gonna finish eating, and then at the end of the lunch, he's gonna ask, what did you have? And he's gonna simply trust what you say without doubting that you might be lying or stealing from him. And that was a moment where you realize, just look how different people are here. It's a cultural thing. People here are more honest about things like that. They wouldn't lie to the restaurant owner about having one less shish kebab, you know, they're honest. And the hospitality is amazing. Most of the time you'd hear them say things like, oh, don't pay, it's okay, leave it on me, leave it on the house. And things like in Australia, if you go to a restaurant and you order an extra tiny bit of sauce, they're gonna charge you 30 cents. And then when you come here, you can ask for whatever you want that's extra and no one cares. It's free, like have it. Like are you stupid? Who's gonna charge you for that much of sauce? And just these small different cultural elements that kind of makes you like laugh and have fun, be like, yeah, I like this. Yeah, you're gonna have so you're gonna have challenges and struggles coming back here from there. Some of them include things like convenience. For example, you're used to having electricity all the time. You might come back here and it's a bit more troublesome than what it used to be back there. You have two sources, sometimes it goes out, you have to go fix it, whatever. These are more like physical ones, but these aren't as big as they used to be. I mean, if you look at things how they used to be 10 years ago, it was a lot harder. But the main one that I personally didn't have as much trouble with it, but if someone who's lived and has been brought up in the West more than me, thing they might find challenging or struggling here is probably the Hosa. You know, it's very hectic here with the traffic and going around, and maybe the people, how they treat you. You know, everyone is. It's different to how it's there. It's not calm. If you lived your life in like Europe, you used to very calm suburban areas, but here you always have something to look for. You always have someone to get angry at. You know, give them a casual swear, makes you have fun. Yeah, it's things like that. Maybe language is the biggest barrier for others if they don't know Arabic or Kurdish. I can speak Arabic and Kurdish, so that makes it easier for me. But again, people now, most of them can understand English and speak with you on a good working level. You can get your things around. Yeah, things like that mainly. Other than that, you can get anything you need in three to 5 minutes. Everything's close to you. You have a community that can support you. Yeah, so another thing that has changed a lot ever since I left is just the amount of new bars, coffee shops, restaurants that have opened and keep expanding and opening in Ankawa and in Erbil. It's providing more of a Western experience for people that live here. I mean, now we have multiple rooftop bars with DJs every weekend. We never used to have that, and that's an experience that's very similar to what you would do in the West. You'd go to clubbing on a weekend, and now these days you can do that here as well. I think it's becoming a lot easier for people from abroad and people here to connect and establish a common ground for them, where they can start conversations and find common interests. Also, with increasing activities such as hiking, people are becoming more aware of the precious nature we have here. I mean, I don't think we used to have access to things like that this easily back in the days. Now there's multiple tourist groups that can take you on hiking experiences or even a 1-week trip to the mountains and see the nature for yourself, experience the culture, maybe live in a village for 2 days. Also with Baghdad, now the situation in Baghdad is better. So people are now that used to live here are going to Baghdad for a trip because they haven't seen it since they were born because the situation was bad. But now it's getting better and it's improving. So these are all positive things that are adding to the value of the life we have here and just making it easier for everyone to come here from abroad and feel like, it's not what I expected it to be. Okay, so in Australia I was studying civil engineering and I was still a student, so I was working as a waiter in a restaurant part-time. When I came back here, because of my passport, which is a big advantage if you have it in Ankawa and Rabel, I could get jobs remotely that are a lot better for me and provide me with the opportunity to work from the comfort of my home. So I started looking for remote jobs, and now I basically work as a research associate from a company that's based in Dubai, but I work remotely from Ankawa. So I think working remotely is a huge, huge opportunity that we have in our time now, and there's a lot of options to do work remotely. So yeah, currently that's what I do. I'm working online but living my life here, and it's the perfect balance for me. I have a message for our brothers and sisters abroad, is that don't keep thinking about coming and building all these negative thoughts in your head about how it might look like here and what the things you've heard maybe from your parents and the stories you've heard. They always highlight the bad things here, but once they come, they see a whole different story. And that's because we've lived very far for a very long time from our land. But trust me, once you just make the decision to come back here for a week or two, so I encourage everyone who's thinking of coming through your organization, of course, as well. It makes it a lot easier for everyone who's thinking about it, as it's gonna deal with any questions you might have or uncertainties you're scared of. So open the door and see what's behind it. Could be a very, very, very bright opportunity that's gonna change your life. And if not, you're still gonna have some fun time and then go back to your home country, let's say. يلا لا تنبسي